What's up, guys, and welcome back to my reading journey. Hope we're all absolutely fine, and today, as usual, we're gonna continue with the book by Cicero on the ideal orator. Let's get with it. 27th part of the first book, so let's get started. Why say more has seemed to me, on that occasion, to demonstrate persuasively that no art of speaking existed, and that no one could speak resourcefully or copiously unless he had become acquainted with the teachings of the most learned in the field of philosophy. And Charmadas, expressing a tremendous admiration for your talents, Crassus, used to add that he found me to be a very easy listener, but you a very aggressive debater. And so, led by this same view, I even wrote in some little book that, without my knowing or wishing it, slipped away from me and found its way into people's hands. That I had come across a number of skillful speakers, but never yet one who was truly eloquent. For I declare that the skillful speaker was someone who could speak with reasonable intelligence and clarity before ordinary people in accordance with generally accepted views, but that the eloquent speaker was someone who could amplify and give distinction to whatever he wished in a more marvelous and magnificent way, and whose intellect and memory encompassed all the sources of all these subjects that had any bearing on oratory. If such a level is difficult for us to attain because we are overwhelmed by the demands of campaigning and of the forum before we had begun to learn, let us nevertheless grant that this is what is implied by the nature and essence of eloquence. For personally, insofar as I can predict on the basis of the abundant talent I see in our fellow citizens, I do not despair that there will be someone someday with keener enthusiasm than I have or have had, with more leisure time and greater and earlier opportunities for learning, who will apply himself with more industry and harder work, and after devoting himself with greater effort to listening, reading, and writing, he will emerge as the kind of orator we are looking for, an orator who may rightly be called not just an accomplished speaker, but an eloquent one. Yet I think that this orator is perhaps already among us in the person of Crassus, or else that anyone who may come forward, preceding equal talent but having heard and reading more than our friend here, will be able to improve upon Crassus' achievement only a little. Right, guys, we've done with this part for today, and we're gonna continue tomorrow the next one. So thank you for joining in this reading session. See you tomorrow. Bye.